Let us continue the reactions of Grignard reagents. Next reaction is preparation of ketones. Here the reaction of Grignard reagent with alkyl cyanide followed by hydrolysis. Alkyl cyanides react with the Grignard reagents in equimolecular proportions to form addition products which on acidic hydrolysis give ketones. So we have taken Grignard reagent here, alkyl cyanide R C triple bond N, and then it forms an adduct R dash C R double bond N MgX, and which upon hydrolysis then we get a ketone, and then magnesium NH2X. And if we take an example of methyl cyanide reaction with Grignard reagent, then we get CH3CCH3. So here the negative charge on the methyl group will attack this carbon atom, and then this will go here, and the negative charge on the nitrogen will pick up MgBr. Okay, so CH3C, already one CH3 is there, and this CH3 will also come and attach with this carbon CH3 double bond N MgBr. This is on hydrolysis, we get ketone. Here CH3C double bond of CH3, this is acetone. So this is the case when we use equimolar proportions of Grignard reagent and alkyl cyanide. And if we take excess of Grignard reagent in the above reaction, then the ketone formed first further reacts with the Grignard reagent to yield tertiary alcohol. We have already discussed the ketone. When it is reacting with the Grignard reagent, then we get tertiary alcohol. Next is reaction with esters followed by hydrolysis. Here we have taken an ethyl ester which reacts with the Grignard reagent in same molar proportions to form addition products which on acid hydrolysis give ketones. So I have taken Grignard reagent here RMgX reacting with the ethyl ester R dash C double bond O C2H5. So this is an ethyl ester, and then it forms an adduct. As we had seen earlier, the reaction is taking place exactly the similar way that we had seen in the last slide. The negative charge on the organic part of Grignard reagent will attack the carbon of the ethyl ester, carbon of the ethyl ester, and then this part will move to the oxygen, and carbon double bond oxygen pi bond will move to the oxygen, so that will be O minus, it will pick up MgX. So that is what we are getting here, it as an adduct. And then on hydrolysis, ethyl part, here I can show the hydrolysis how it is taking place. This is the water molecule, and as you know, ethanol is formed by taking this way, the reaction is taking this way, and MgOHX is taking place when the reaction goes in this way, and then the final product ketone will be obtained when ethyl ester is reacting with Grignard reagent. If we take an example of methyl magnesium bromide reaction with ethyl acetate CH3C double bond O C2H5, then initially we get an adduct, which subsequently on hydrolysis we get a ketone. CH3C double bond CH3 is an acetone. Okay, so previously we had seen if we take excess Grignard reagent, the ketone will be formed first, which further has a chance to react with the Grignard reagent as it is excess in the system, and then it gives a tertiary alcohol. Next is the reaction with acid halides followed by hydrolysis. Acid halides can react with the Grignard reagent in equimolecular amount, and then we get a ketone. So here RMgX Grignard reagent is reacting with an acid chloride R C double bond of Cl. C double bond Cl is the acid chloride group, R C double bond of Cl. Then we get R dash CO MgX Cl R. So this is an adduct formed, which is on hydrolysis. We get R dash C double bond O R. This is a ketone, and MgClX. As we had seen earlier, if we use excess Grignard reagent, ketones will react with it, and then it forms a tertiary alcohol as the final product. Next is preparation of carboxylic acids by reaction of Grignard reagent and solid carbon dioxide. Solid carbon dioxide is otherwise called as dry ice. We get carbon dioxide in solid form at minus 80 degrees centigrade. Solid carbon dioxide suspended in dry ether reacts with the Grignard reagents in equimolecular amounts to form addition products, which on acid hydrolysis yield carboxylic acid. So here the Grignard reagent is shown, and then carbon dioxide, solid carbon dioxide is shown, and now the reaction is taking place between this. The negative charge on the organic part will attack the carbon of carbon dioxide, and then the carbon oxygen double bond will shift to the oxygen, and the oxygen gets a negative charge, and this negative charge will pick up the magnesium halide from the Grignard reagent, and then we get an adduct. Okay. And from this adduct, the hydrolysis will take place, and then we get the reaction in such a fashion that it forms a carboxylic acid and MgOHX. Okay. And when we take an example of methyl magnesium bromide reacting with carbon dioxide, then we get an addition product adduct, and then finally on hydrolysis we get acetic acid after hydrolysis and MgOH Br. Okay, right. Now preparation of esters. How can we prepare ester from reaction with Grignard reagent? When Grignard reagents react with ethyl chloroformate, then we get an ester. So ethyl chloroformate reacts with the Grignard reagent in equimolecular proportion to form an addition product, which on acid hydrolysis give higher ethyl esters. Here the Grignard reagent is shown, RMgX is reacting with ethyl chloroformate. So this is ethyl chloroformate. Now it forms an adduct. As we have already discussed, negative charge on the organic part will attack this carbonyl carbon, and this part will go here. It will pick up the MgX from the Grignard reagent, and this is on hydrolysis we get R, C double bond O, OC2, H5. So this is an ester. This is a higher ester. So what is the alkyl group that we are going to use here? If this is a much lengthier alkyl group, then the length of the ester will also increase. Otherwise, if we increase the alkyl part here, if we change the alkyl part here, then we get a different types of esters. The reaction shown here is methyl magnesium bromide reacting with ethyl chloroformate, and then we get an adduct here, and which is on hydrolysis we get ethyl acetate. So this part is ethyl part, and this part is acetate part, ethyl acetate and MgClBr. And if an excess of Grignard reagent is taken in the above reaction, then the ethyl ester formed fast further reacts with the Grignard reagent to give ketone and subsequently tertiary alcohol. So we had seen already the ester reaction with the Grignard reagent we had seen earlier. I will show you it. Yes. Ester and Grignard reagent is reacting to give acetone. Acetone further reacts with ethyl Grignard reagent will give tertiary alcohol. Okay, right. Next we are going to another organometallic compound. It is organozinc compounds. Okay, so organozinc compounds are also known as Frankland reagents, because it was prepared by the scientist Frankland in 1849, followed by other zinc dialkyls. Zinc dialkyl is actually used here for the reaction. Now let us discuss the preparation. Zinc dialkyls are prepared by heating alkyl halide with zinc filings, zinc filings or zinc copper couple in an inert atmosphere of carbon dioxide or nitrogen. So the reaction should be carried out in an inert atmosphere in the presence of zinc filings or zinc copper couple filings by heating with alkyl halides. So ethyl zinc iodide is the first compound formed which is on distillation in an inert atmosphere. Then it yields diethyl zinc. The reaction scheme is shown here. Ethyl iodide C2H5I reacting with the zinc filings on heating at inert atmosphere. Then we get C2H5 zinc iodide, ethyl zinc iodide. Only one ethyl group is here, which is on distillation, and in under inert atmosphere we get diethyl zinc and zinc iodide. Next method is from organo-aluminium compounds. Zinc dialkyls can be prepared by treating aluminium trialkyls with zinc chloride. So here trimethyl aluminium is shown reacting with zinc chloride. Then we get dimethyl zinc and dimethyl aluminium chloride. And if we take ethyl substituent, if we take triethyl aluminium reacting with zinc chloride, then we get diethyl zinc and diethyl aluminium chloride. And what are the properties of organometallic zinc? Here dialkyl zinc compounds have a linear structure due to sp hybridization of the zinc atom. Since zinc atom is sp hybridized, it gets a linear structure. It can be linear like R, Z and R in a single line, only in one direction, CH3, Z and CH3 for example, and they contain slightly polar bonds. Zinc plus organic part, carbon is negative, so it can act as nucleophile, and they are highly volatile liquids and are generally pyrophoric. Pyrophoric in the sense it will spontaneously ignite when or catch fire when exposed to air. That is the major problem of this compound. So it should be very carefully handled. Pyrophoric, and this fact limits the synthetic utility of this product. What are the synthetic uses of dialkyl zinc or organometallic zinc? And their chemical reactions are similar to those of the Grignard reagents, but they are less reactive than Grignard reagents, and this lower reactivity is taken advantage of under certain situations. So Grignard reagents are much active compounds, but in giving reaction with some other compounds, but organo-zinc compounds are not that highly reactive as compared to Grignard reagents. Due to their high inflammability in oxygen, their reactions are generally carried out under inert atmosphere like carbon dioxide or nitrogen. Okay. So now let us discuss the first reaction with active hydrogen compounds. This reaction we had already discussed in case of when we talk about the Grignard reagent reactions. Here the active hydrogen compound like water, alcohol or ammonia, dimethyl zinc or diethyl zinc will react and it will give alkenes. So here the reactions are shown. Dimethyl zinc is shown here reacting with water, then it gives ethane and rest zinc hydroxide will form. And if we take dimethyl zinc, it reacts with water and then we get ethane and then zinc ethoxide will form. Diethoxy zinc will form. Okay. So here diethyl zinc react with ammonia, then we get ethane and diamino zinc will form. Okay. Next is reaction with alkyl halides. Here alkyl halides can react with zinc, as we have already discussed the Grignard reagent reaction with alkyl halide. So zinc dialkyls react with the tertiary alkyl halide to form higher alkanes having a quaternary carbon atom. It is otherwise neo-alkanes. It is nothing but when we treat alkyl halide with dialkyl zinc, normally we get a step-up product, or the product that contains carbon atom, more number of carbon atom as compared to the reactant molecule. Okay, so the reaction is shown here: dimethyl zinc, CH3 twice zinc, reacting with tertiary butyl chloride, CH3 thrice CCl, and then zinc and chlorine will form zinc chloride, and it will take one CH3 from here, and then we get a neopentane, CH3C, CH3, CH3, 4 sides, CH3 groups are there. And yield of alkenes when they react with the primary or secondary alkyl halide is poor. So here when you take tertiary butyl group only, we will get the product as a good yield. Next is reaction with acid halides. So this kind of reactions also we have discussed when we talk about Grignard reagent. Zinc dialkyls react with acid halides to give ketones in good yield, as their further reaction with the ketones is rather slow. Okay, so but in case of Grignard reagent, the ketones will form, and then that will form tertiary alcohol. But in this case, the ketones and dialkyl zinc reaction is very slow, and it is not actually taking place also. Okay, so diethyl zinc is shown here, C2H5 Zn, C2H5. It is reacting with acetyl chloride, CH3C double bond O Cl, and then we get CH3C, C2H5 Cl O Zn C2H5. Okay, and then this is an adduct formed, and then further it gives CH3C double bond O C2H5, and then C2H5 Zn Cl. Okay, so the other reactions given by dialkyl zinc will be discussed in the next class.